I know the solution to all of my problems. Am I going to do it?
Sam,
No.
I'm trying to find a solution to your problem right now. We have this discussion after the pod. Hello, welcome back to the podcast Evolve with me, Lewis, and Samuel. How's it going, Sam?
Hello. It's going all right. I am feeling the effects of new job. I'm speed running the new job mindset. I am already feeling tired and ill, and I can't even blame it on the new job. Literally, I had an epiphany. Just before I joined this call. Or not only just before I joined this call, about an hour after I finished work, I had an epiphany, which was, I'm really not that busy. I've just got too many decisions to make, and I'm just stuck on which ones to make, but I'm just not that busy. Like, I feel like I've got loads of work to do. I feel like I'm burnt out. But I officially don't actually have that many responsibilities right now. On paper, compared to before, I have considerably less responsibilities. And I can't get anything done. Like, generally, I can't get socials done. Literally, I'll go to bed with the intention of waking up at 6 o'clock. And I'm up at like 7:30. I'm like, well, too late to start anything useful. Might as well just chill here until work time. Like, that has been my mindset. I go to the bed with the intention of, okay, it's too late to start coursework. So let's just go to bed. Let's wake up early and then do coursework. I go to the bed with the intention of, okay, wake up early and then send Luke the socials for the new business stuff. Still not done it. I don't know what's wrong with me right now. I have fully, like, all motivation has the part of my brain that looks after motivation is already on a Christmas holiday. And I think it's because it really annoys me that I'm admitting this to myself. But it's because I didn't take a break between the two jobs. And, like, you know what's worse about being burnt out? What's worse than being burnt out? Being burnt out without anything to validate why you're burnt out. Like, being burnt out without actually having responsibilities to worry about. So I'm just burnt out for the sake of burnout. Like, I'm the perfect kind of burnout where I should be resting, but I'm not. Like, I'm not resting. I've got decisions to make. So I have a solution in mind. I do have a solution in mind that I have to commit to doing tonight before I go to bed. And it's at least before the end of the day today, I need to write a list of all the things that are on my mind and prioritize them before I go to bed. That's what I need to do. And I'm until I've done that, I'm not accepting any more decisions. I'm meant to be making a group chat for the stag do, and I've no you man to it. Not done that. But genuinely, Lewis, these are simple tasks that anyone can do on their average lunch break. And I'm literally sat here like, can't be asked.
Interesting.
So yeah, I'm not even feeling sorry for it. So I'm angry at myself. Like, that's how I feel right now. I'm just angry at myself. And every part of my brain is like, the worst part is not even the worst part. I know the solution to all of my problems. Am I going to do it?
Sam,
No.
I'm trying to find a solution to your problem right now. We have this discussion after the pod. Because I'm just like, how am I going to get this boy to post socials? Because it's been weeks.
You're the only one that spotted it.
I know. But the thing is, Sam, I heard something the other day, and thank you for sharing, first of all. Have you ever heard of the spoon theory?
Mm.
Have you heard of this?
Do tell. No.
Okay. I came across this the other day, and I'm going to paraphrase it. So, the spoon theory, so say each day you might have 10 spoons, and each thing that you have to do, it takes away a spoon. So some people might be like, a big task is a spoon. Making yourself breakfast is a spoon. Like going to work, a spoon. Commute to work, a spoon. But sometimes a task like going to work takes like all your spoons. Sometimes you don't even have 10 spoons. You might just have like 2 spoons, and that 2 spoon is like feed yourself and go to work. Even getting out of bed for some people can be a spoon. So I saw this theory the other day because it was like on TikTok, and this woman was like, oh yeah, she's like, doing like this huge task, and then it was like, oh, I have a screw missing. It's like, oh, you're gonna go to the shop and get a screw then. It's like, no, can't be bothered. It's just like, do you know what I mean? So I think for you, you've had a period of mass overexertion, and that you're now on like 2%, and you have no charge left. And it's like you leave your house, but you charge your phone to 10% every day. It's basically what you've done.
That generally hitting it. That what you've said just feels like it feels right. It feels like that's what it is.
Like, you know, when you charge your laptop, right? If you leave it plugged in all the time, but then when you pull out the plug, the battery's now shit, and 100% never lasts as long as it used to. You used to 8 hours of your laptop. Now it only lasts 90 minutes, and you wonder why. Whereas actually, you need a new battery.
I need to go on a long break, man.
This is basically what you've done. Because I was just like, so I was tired. Because I was just like, I'm trying to get you to do one thing, and you're just done so much. I know, and the thing is, I know you know, but
it's not like you.
Yeah, you've just confirmed.
It's not even like you're saying. Yeah, it's not even like you're saying upload all socials. It's just, can you just do it for the next episode? And I'm just like,
just do one thing.
Like when I say yeah to you, I'm like, yeah, simple task. Yeah, I can do that. I'll do it before bed. I'll do it in the morning. And I'll literally wake up and be like, nah, we're here now.
But like, you've confirmed everything, which you've confirmed everything that I've thought. I just really funny because
I need a health retreat.
It's quite funny because last week you mentioned that your boss said to you, like,
the same thing.
You're gonna exhaust yourself by kind of trying to absorb everything far too quickly, and he's called it. He called the play-by-play. He said exactly what was going to happen
as it was happening, and we even like. So I drove to London yesterday and drove back on the same day, which is probably the other reason I'm burnt out today. I'm just done. So I drove to London yesterday, drove back, and I went there because we had our Christmas meal. But simple task. As soon as he messaged me to say, "Hey," he messaged me probably about 3 weeks ago. But as soon as he said, "Hey, do you want to come to London on Wednesday for the meal?" At that moment, I should have bought the train tickets. When I left it, that's why I'll do it tomorrow. And it got so late in buying it, Lewis, it was cheaper for me to drive down to London and pay for parking in central London than it was to pay for a train ticket from Nottingham to London and back. That's how late. Like, I looked at it, I was just like, I did the maths, I was like, it generally is almost half the price now to do this journey myself than it is. It was ridiculous. So that's what I did. And I'm not gonna have. Here's the thing. I'm saying I need a break. Next year we've got the wedding, we've got our stag do's, I'll have my honeymoon. I have someone else's stag do. I have loads of holidays actually, but they all feel like jobs in themselves because they already have other purpose. I think I just need to be selfish. I need 2 weeks where I turn my phone off and just disappear somewhere and then just come back. That's what I desperately need. That's what I need. Like, I need to just disappear off the face of the earth for 2 weeks and come back.
You're too accessible.
Yeah. Everyone just comes at me with stuff. Like, I just need to, and I don't blame them. It's not like everyone's badgering me for stuff. It's just, I feel exposed to the world. Nighttime is my favorite time because the whole world stops talking. That generally is it. That's why I love staying up so late, because that's the time where everyone just shuts the hell up and I can just do what I want. As soon as it gets to the morning, it generally feels like a ticking time bomb until someone sends me a message and says something, and I have to process that thing.
I think what you need to do to actually make this sustainable for the future is that, because you're not gonna have that time next year, let's just be honest, you won't. So, but how you describe your working week is that you come home and you just work bed. You don't have a hour period before bed where you go, okay, now I'm gonna switch off, then go to bed. You just work, sleep.
That's a fair point.
Right? And in order to make this sustainable, because you can't just build up those those 90 minutes each day that you're missing and then like go away for 2 weeks, because you just can't do that now. You just can't. And next year is so busy for you. You need to take 90 minutes before your bedtime to chill out, because you're going to burn yourself out. You should be having some rest time in your day. I think that you should set it as a challenge for yourself to actually not work at least an hour before you go to bed, because that will, one, it'll help you actually go into sleep, because probably the first 2 hours of your sleep is you being awake and ruminating, because you're in work mode. You're trying to sleep in work mode. And I know this because this is what I was doing, and that's why I was getting ill. And this is why you're ill.
No, genuinely, I'm ill less than 2 weeks after getting better last time. I'm already ill again.
Ill the other pod, I swear.
Yeah, I was ill the other pod.
Yeah.
Last week I was ill.
Not last week, but the week before.
The week before,
you mentioned
I was ill.
I'm ill. Yeah, 2 weeks ago you were ill.
I healed, and now look at me. Cold is back again. Arguably stronger than ever this time.
And I know that you probably, because the thing is, when you're focusing on these other things that drop off. Like, you probably haven't been eating as well, and all the other things that come.
I ordered food again today,
but then you probably were still going.
I have fat ankles.
But then again, you're probably still working out, which then is just damaging your body, because you're replenishing it with the good shit that you actually need to make it beneficial, right? I've been down this road. I need to need Sarah to be your accountability manager to tell you to switch the fuck off, because that's what Rosie does for myself.
The thing is, I'm too stubborn for an accountability manager to work well for me. I'm just too stubborn. Like, what can she take away from me that as a grown man I can't just get myself back? You know what I mean? Like, what's she gonna do? Take my Xbox away if I don't go to bed on time? Like, there are things you could probably take away from you that would upset.
That's actually
when we go to that.
Sarah can get creative, because she knows what means more to you more than anyone else. So
I'm giving out threats I don't even want.
Post the bed.
Yeah, I'm not. Sarah, I love you.
But yeah, I think it's important for you to create your night. You need a nighttime routine.
I don't know what. I used to have one. I generally used to have one. I used to be so excited to go to bed. I just realized I feel like the first 12 minutes with a complaint about my life so far. But like, I used to literally enjoy going to bed, because I used to have like a routine where I just lay there, close my eyes, and eventually like I'll start lucid dreaming, and it felt like I was going away to like some adventure land. Like, going to bed actually was exciting, and I'd wake up at like 5 o'clock refreshed. And honestly, the only thing I credit that to was we lived in a 2-bed flat, and everything was on the same floor. Everything was accessible. The transition from bed to room was just literally less than 10 steps. Not being in bed. Everything just seemed easier when we lived in that flat. Here, I think we've got the cats, and like I'll have to like make sure that my laptop and stuff's packed away, or they're gonna have a fight and break something in this office that they sleep in. So I've got to make sure the cats are in bed. If that's not been done, I have to make sure I do my OCD process of make sure all the doors are locked like 5 times, maybe 20. And then I have to like make sure the alarm's set in the house, all that stuff's done. Then in between all these steps, like I've got loads of different thoughts coming, like, oh, did I close that window in that room I haven't been in the last week? Probably not. Let me go and check. And then it's just a nightmare. So going to bed just feels like effort. And how I've been trying to like battle that lately is, maybe I'll just, if I'm going to eat late, I'll eat in like the office, so I'm closer to the bedroom, and then the cats will already be in here, so all I have to do is close my computer and stuff. But then Sarah will be like, let's watch something together in the living room. And I know I'm going to fall asleep. And if I fall asleep in that living room, I live there now. I'm not moving. But yeah, I think I'm lazy. Let's just say how it is. I'm being lazy.
I don't think you're definitely not lazy.
I'm being lazy.
You're out of spoons, basically.
Yeah.
You're out of spoons. I think don't be quick to judge lazy. Because you don't know.
Tired.
When you add everything else, it doesn't sound lazy. Because you're not doing nothing. If you're doing nothing about I can't be asked, that'll be lazy.
True.
So, context is provides. But
anyway, tell me about your week, dude. Tell me about your week.
It's good. Literally, as of 2 hours ago, I think Rosie and I've got a place. I was saving it for pod. Yeah.
Ooh!
Rosie found a place yesterday. We did she did like a virtual viewing thing, and we put the whole deposit down like literally
Nice.
like an hour.
You ain't got it till they take your money.
So
That's when you got it.
yeah, that's because they have my money now. It's mine.
yours. Yeah.
So yeah, that's a big weight off my shoulders. So yeah, I'm very excited now.
Is
about
there
that.
parking?
Yeah, parking. But yeah, no, I'll get my office space. There's like it's like a one bed. It's like super cheap, like compared to London. So like, got to be saving, and like it fits all our minimum requirements.
Yeah,
is what I'll say. So that was good. I did have a viewing on Monday, and I did go down for it. And cut a long story short, because I know we're 50 minutes into it. Someone was very incompetent and forgot to book me in for the viewing. So I went all the way down there, like an hour and a half. They didn't have the key, didn't let me access the flat because tenants 24 hours notice, and then I lost my call, Sam. I was fuming, because they wasted my time and my train money, because they sent me on a 4-hour round trip for no reason. So I sent a very angry email to the incompetent person at the estate agents, and I got refunded my train ticket. So Monday was rough. I then had therapy Monday. So this was my fourth session, and she was like, "How are you?" And I was like, "Not gonna lie, it's been a bad day today." I was like, "I lost my call. I cussed out an estate agent," and I basically was saying like I was feeling, I still do, but not as much as I felt so burnt out on Monday, just because I feel like just all the changes and the to-do list of what's going to happen within the next like 2 months has kind of caught up with me. And one of the things which I had learned to do was basically because it's like, the masculine role that I would like to play as like provider, all the to-do list is actually for Rosie and I to do, but I see it as for me to do. And actually it's for both of us to do. So after the therapy session, I spoke to Rosie and like how the session went and kind of what I kind of discovered, because I'm very bad at delegating those tasks, because I have been, because of how work's been in particular for the past couple of years, I know if I've developed a trait of, if I don't do it, it's going to be done wrong. Whereas I know if I do it, I trust that it's going to be done properly. So I wasn't really delegating everything. So like on Rightmove, I was looking at all the flats, and I was creating all like to-do lists of things to do. And once I explained this to Rosie, the next day went on Rightmove, like called up estate agents, and like she found the place and everything. Like this is all Rosie's doing. So I'm allowing myself to, and the thing is, it's not even like a trust thing, because I trust more than anything, but it's more letting go as opposed to trusting more, if that makes sense. So that's been a good learning point. This Monday, I also started, I don't know if you've seen like Stephen Bartlett's like The Diary. It's like the 1% improvements every day. Like, how can you improve 1% every single day? So you choose like 3 goals and how you can increase yourself 1% per year, because increase yourself 1% every day, like kind of stacks to kind of 37, that kind of stuff from like off my habit. Yeah. So I've started that. In addition to like my journal, I'm still kind of like doing both. But I have like the fitness goal, relationship goal, and the goal of also kind of like just making sure like my sleep is on track and everything like that. So that'll be quite good. It's a good, I'm liking it so far, because I'm making sure that, what are like these little things that I can do, like, if it's like for gym or for running, it's like putting out my clothes like there, or is it like something else I could do to like just kind of like be more efficient? And this is very much how I am anyway. So I'm just kind of focusing how to make each thing efficient as much as I can, like even in my relationship. So that's when I was like, okay, after therapy, I'm going to talk about this, and then I'm going to discuss this with Rosie, and then like share what I think we can do and all this sort of stuff. So it's been productive, a productive week, and it also helps me analyze my wins for the day. Because yesterday I was like, yeah, today's been all right, and then I actually looked back in my diary and I ticked all the 1% that I had to do for that day, and I was like, oh, actually, this actually been a good day because I actually did everything which I was meant to do, and it really helps with what you're talking about earlier. Is I know this takes me 5 seconds to do because I have it's like the short film that I'm a part of. Like all the files are like there's just so many, and like I don't know where to start in terms of like syncing them and like what the order of like everything is because it's not like it's all like jumbled up. And I was like, okay, I know I have to do this one thing, which is like create proxy files, which are like very smaller, much smaller files that it makes it easier to like scan through all the footage. So I was like, okay, that's that one thing that I need to do today, and I did that. So that's kind of like getting the ball rolling. So yeah, a lot's gone on this week. It's my last 2 days in office next week, and I hand in my laptop and everything on the 31st. So
you excited?
I am, and I find myself now that I'm actually like leaving, it's now like I've been able to actually bond with people more in the office. Like the people who I've like got on with, I wouldn't consider like mates and things like that. But now I'm leaving, like people notice I'm like, Lewis, you're like your skin is skinning. Like you're so much happier in the office. And I was like, because I've experienced hope for the first time in like 3 years. But that is good. I think there are some relationships that will stay from work, despite what I thought. And you did call me with you're like, no, you're gonna miss people. And I was like, no, there's a handful of people that I will miss. So I will give you that. I'm not gonna like post on Instagram and say, oh, I'm sad. You know, like some people. I'm not gonna do that because I'm a man. I'm joking.
Bless you.
But no, it's we'll be leaving on a 65% positive note because I have my exit interview to do, and I'm going in there like Eminem at the end of 8 Mile because I've got some heat that's going to be dropped, and people are going to be upset. But no, dude, it's good. But I'm looking forward to today's topic because we didn't have to research for it, and so we're going to look back on the year. And how I'm going to start is I'm going to ask you, Sam, how would you score this year?
Oh,
out of 10.
Oh. That's a tough one. I wish I
want
came
you to
prepared
base
for an
this
answer
on
to that one.
I want to take it into consideration. I'm going to ask you in terms of your categories of life. So,
Lewis, I couldn't tell you what I did on Monday right now. So.
Initial feeling.
I'm literally doing this purely on instinct of how this year has made me feel. You know what's crazy? I'm going to go on a bit of a spiel first, if that's all right.
You have 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you. 2 minutes to spiel.
All right.
What's crazy is when I've talked about having tough times, I've always had like the mental breakdown, you know, all that stuff from final year. That's always been my go-to. Or it's like my toughest time and my closest thing in terms of relevancy. Every time I have a difficult time in life, I basically compare it to like my life being at the pits and being like, oh, it's not as bad as that, so it's okay. This year has been the first of a few where I've not had that as a reference point for myself as much. I've not used that in the back of my head. And I think it's a massive, it's a sense of development. Because of that, in terms of like successes, in terms of what I've achieved, in terms of my recovery, not mental or physical health, obviously, because I'm ill again, but in terms of like career recovery capabilities, factoring that as kind of, you know, the bottom of my hierarchy of needs is always sorted and has consistently always been sorted. I would give this year a 7 out of 10. And I think that's a strong rating from me because we've been through trials and tribulations this year. But it's not about how we fall, it's how we come, it's how we get up again.
Facts.
And we've done well. We've done well just in time for Christmas. In fact, we did well. I did well just in time for Black Friday. It was good. I did well in time, and I'm in a few weeks. I'm going to be catching my my leaving bonus in the form of some call it redundancy pay. I call it leaving bonus.
Yeah,
I'll be catching that, and I'll be catching my normal pay as well. Exactly, it's a signing out bonus.
Sign on and sign off. Yeah,
that's going to land before Christmas. You know what? Life's good. Life's actually fucking good. Life is good.
I like what you did there. I like what you did there. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
you know why that was good.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's good.
I'm going to put that on my out of office when I leave.
Well, life's good.
Yeah.
I wish I did that. I wish I did that, man. I wish I did that. Like, I should just feel like I'm winning. But yeah, tell me about you anyway.
Yeah.
How about your week? Well, how's your year been? Rate it.
You know what? I completely forgot this. I forgot the marathon was this year. And
shit, it was.
And that was such a big point of my life and such a big focus for the first third of this year, which goes to show how much shit happened within the second with the last 8 months.
Yeah.
Like if I look back on the year and I look at the wins, like we started the pod this year. We the marathon was this year. And those have been like the two big things. We've been consistent with the pod every week since we started.
You know,
So, you know, I think that's been really good. I feel like I was in survival mode for like genuinely like the last 6 months. Like I went on more. So just to go back, so obviously Rosie and I, we hit like our 1 year in Feb, and our goal this year was to travel because we didn't for the first year of our relationship. So we've traveled more. So we said what we were going to do there, which was, we went to Turkey, went to Amsterdam, went to France. We're going to Brussels this weekend. And I'm definitely missing another country. But so relationship's goal's been good, and now we sorted out the house.
Did you go to Rome?
No, didn't go to Rome. Didn't go to Rome.
Okay, that's
so that has been successful this year as well. Obviously, I think because of the new job and now that a flat is sorted, I've never looked forward to a year more because my complete routine and lifestyle is going to change.
Yeah.
Whereas I've always been a bit ominous because I was like, I can't be here for another year. I set myself the goal at the beginning of this year, be like, I can't go to another Universal Christmas party. And it's tomorrow, and I'm not going because I'm going to Brussels.
Nice.
So, yeah, man. I would give, if honestly, if you asked me a month ago what I rate this year, I would have given it like a 4, probably a 4 or 5, to be completely honest.
It's mad how perspective changes.
Yeah, like the career side of things was the only beneficial thing about Universal was that it was paying me. Like that was like, and that I suppose is a 4. Like really, like I'm trying to be really kind of like, I'm trying to give it its flowers as much as I can.
I think we need to be selfish when you give your
overall,
reason.
I think because of how excited I am for next year, and I know that like I'm getting very, very much closer to my best self, I feel. And I feel like I've taken a bigger leap towards my best self because I started therapy and I'm taking the fitness and like moving out and all sorts of stuff. I would give this year now like 7.5. Taking into consideration everything, like the last 2 months have been quite transformative. Like, because I got to my worst point. I was pushed to my fucking limit this year. And like, seriously, like, so I know I've got banks of resilience. So I'm looking forward to what is ahead because I know it's like, well, it can't get worse than that point. And if it can, then, well, shit. But I'm actually looking optimistic because I know what I've had to endure this year. And like, I've never had fear before of like, oh, fuck, I might lose my flat. I don't know if I can afford it. And I got pushed to having to think about that and be like, do I need to sell toy picks? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm joking about that last point. But genuinely, like your brain but like seriously, these foot finder people earn $500,000. You're like, what am I actually doing?
I'm convinced we're walking on millions. With my gammy feet, I could really have a Lamborghini right now. Like,
yeah. Yeah, man. No, so I think this year's been good. We've been consistent in many areas. Like consistency isn't every single day. It's very much like this. But overall, if you look back on the year, it's upward trajectory. So
it's funny you say that. So I was at Luke's surprise birthday party, and a few people pulled me aside to be like, "Oh yeah, I've been seeing your podcast. I've been seeing it on socials and stuff." And it's like one of the main comments we got was the consistency is impressive. Like, which is I don't think many people thought we would make it past episode 10.
Nah.
I think most people thought, yeah, they'll just do a few and then call it in. And we're like, what, 36?
This is 36.
Yeah, 36. Oh, I actually got a number right. I think go.
Yeah, this is
36. We're on 36 now, and we're nearing that, like the long-term podcast numbers, like the ones that like.
Oh no, we're in a top. I think we're in the top 50% of podcasts just because of how active we are. Put it this way, I know people who I follow who have podcasts. We have surpassed their numbers, and they started last year.
Oh, gang!
Like,
thank you.
And like, great, like,
guys.
Yeah.
Our fans.
Yeah. Well, seriously, we've been way more consistent than a lot of people. To be honest, like some people like, oh, skip a week, and then like, oh, 4 weeks, and all that sort of stuff. That's why we're giving ourselves a Christmas break. Oh yeah, guys, we're having a Christmas.
Oh yeah, we're having a break. I need this.
No,
Lewis needs this, but I would die if I don't take this.
The sexual tension I have of a shotgun if we don't have a break is actually mad. Like, I'm saying,
oh my god,
I'm going in with Tesk.
Netflix gonna have a field day with our verses today. Jesus Christ!
But honestly, dude, yeah, we need a break, and you know what, we fucking deserve it. So we do. I'm not even mad about it. We'll come back in like first second week of Jan.
We've done well. I'm gonna give ourselves a pat on the back. Yeah, man. We've fucking done well.
But
Jesus,
I think we've. I don't know about you. I've learned a lot about myself this year.
I have, yeah.
Like
I've learned a lot. I've not done much with that learning. I'll say I've learned a lot. What are you thankful for this year from the podcast?
It keeps me accountable, and also it practices the muscle of I'm going to post this shit whether or not people like it.
Yeah.
And naturally you give less of a shit about what people are doing. So I think it's helped. Like I've always been like, oh, you know, I don't give a shit, which is true. I don't, because I know eventually I'll talk myself into be like, actually, why do I give a shit? I'm getting from the initial thought of should I post this to I'm just going to post it because it's who we are now. And yeah, I don't really. Yeah, I think it's been good for me from like a confidence perspective. Maybe like I feel much more confident than I did at the beginning of the year because I felt like my career was in shambles and I felt slightly imposterish when we're talking about the pod, when we're doing the pod and like you know behind the scenes like shit just wasn't great, and I was very open about that. I think. But
I said we were very transparent.
Yeah, but it then started to feel like, should I be giving this advice? Because I'm miserable as fuck right now. Do you know what I mean? So, but now it's now a good story to tell.
Yeah,
because we got to the finishing line.
True.
You know,
I feel like we said what needed to be said, not what we we said what needed. We've always said what needed to be said, regardless of how we felt. Like we've not. I mean, some pods I've turned up feeling miserable and it shows, and like it's fine. That's just how you feel that day. That doesn't mean that we actively want to be so transparent that we turn up crying and like I've been crying the hour before, so I'm just gonna keep crying for the pod. Like no, like I do try to hype myself up. I have like a shower before the pod just to make sure I'm fresh. I'll play Xbox a bit just to get myself hyped up and then come see it. Not every day is perfect, but some days it gets so stressful that it shows, and I think that's just the entrepreneur journey. I think that's just how life is. It's I think we have successfully done a decent amount of what we set out to do in our first year alone, which is to actually track our journey. We've always had a topic for every episode, and we've covered it, whether it's been to like good detail or not. We've covered it, and we've done the diary aspect of this is how our week has gone. And I think we have now reached a point where I can go back to episode 1, watched out, listened to it all the way to this episode 36, and I can see changes in our behavior, how we communicate with each other in the pod. I'd say that's a bit smoother than it was at the start already. How we process our thoughts, our feelings about things, that's improved. It's become more clearer, I'd like to think anyway. And I think I don't know about you, but it's made me a lot more confident on standing my own ground. Because if I'm going to say something for the rest of the world to hear it, I'm definitely going to say it in front of people's faces now. I'm not even mincing my words anymore. It's made me a lot more confident because I'm saying stuff on the pod knowing that they might hear it. So why would I change how I verbalize things to people?
Yeah,
it's helped in that respect.
Yeah, I think it also actually helped with when I was interviewing, because all my interviews were on Zoom, and like I'm used to seeing myself talk now. Like I don't feel like, oh, I'm hearing my voice, or oh, I'm seeing myself talk. Like I don't think that anymore. It's just like oh right, yeah, that's my reel that just popped up on my mate's phone. Like my mate be scrolling through TikTok and see me be like, oh, I'll be like, oh yeah, pod. Like I'm not like oh don't lit. I don't care. So yeah, man, it's been good. But no, I like that you've seen progress.
What's your favorite episode?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a really good question. You know what? I'm gonna scroll right now because I know I'm gonna forget one, and I know that's gonna be my answer. I really liked when we did the Kobe one and the Michael Jordan one. I really liked the Ryan Reynolds one.
The Ryan Reynolds, that was nice. It's good because it was different. That was like our introduction of the celeb ones. We need to do that.
I like the selfishly. I did like the talking about the post-marathon one. I actually do think I actually really like the third one that we did, which was the craftsman's mindset and why follow your passion can be bad advice. I think that was really good. I think that was very well focused and detailed. So I did actually really like that. Yeah, I think that was really good.
Episode 3 was your favorite.
You
say episode 3 was your favorite?
Episode 3. And this wasn't my favorite, but I'm glad I did it, and that was my solo episode.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I'd done that because I'd been very anxious about the day I'd have to do that. And it was well received. So I'm glad I did it.
I would say my favorite episode, Jenny, was your solo one.
Oh, really?
Jenny was the solo one.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear.
The only one second to that was the relationship episode.
Oh, the one that
the one that
the one where you sound underwater. That was actually a really good episode.
That was our best, arguably one of our best performing episodes, and it was the most low tech, B tech performance we've ever given.
You know what? Obviously, I remember that one because that was a 2-hour one. I was recovering from throwing my guts up that week. You sounded like you were drowning. But no, it was really good. And
it's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, I think we were both quite transparent.
This is 37, by the way.
Is it?
It should be 37 or 30, unless one's published early. Oh my God, Lewis, an episode's published early, you fool. Has it published early? No, it hasn't.
It has. Yeah.
You fucking idiot.
Okay. Well, that's up.
I did get loads of notifications. I just thought, oh, that's fine, ignore it. It was yesterday that it published. Yeah. My watch kept buzzing whilst I was driving to say, like, this episode.
Should I just leave it?
Yeah, it's already got 4 plays. You can't undo what you've done now.
Oh, fine. Well, sorry, guys. We get an early episode. We were treating you.
Yeah,
I could have sworn. You know what? That's
that makes this that makes this episode 37.
This will be 37.
This 37.
Come on us. That is so funny because I could have
I literally
sworn
opened up to be like, let me see what
you know
episode
I
number
scheduled
this
it at
is.
like midnight last night. That's my bad.
Fucking hell, Lewis.
Well, YouTube is tomorrow, so Spotify, you're getting treated.
You're welcome.
So yeah, that's actually
You're
really funny.
welcome. That's shit.
I've never done that before.
Lewis, for fuck's sake, man. But yeah, I'd say
That's jokes.
you only have a relationship for episode 4. I remember that quite well. But yeah, it was your solo one, and then second to that was the relationship one. Only because I feel, like I said before, and I guess I'm kind of blowing that horn again. But as I said before, it was almost like that was one of the most cathartic like releases of like anything I'd been through in the past, as well as like embracing my current situation, about to get married. It was very much like I got to like, it was really early doors to be that emotional and transparent about my life, to a degree where I feel like I don't even know. I felt Sarah was okay with it, but she was kind of like, said a lot. Said a lot on that. Like, you let a lot out on that for the whole of Soldier Boy's internet to hear. But she really appreciated what I'd said, and I think it was just nice. It was nice to just say stuff that was on my mind and get off and just like forget about it. So I really liked that.
Why did you like the solo one? Was it because you knew I needed
It was
you?
basic. Yeah.
I was like, I know this isn't going to be for any other reason.
This winter is my selfish era, right? This winter is
I
all about
fucking
me.
knew it.
And literally, Lewis, for about how episode was like nearly an hour long.
It was like 45 minutes.
Yeah. It was basically how much Lewis needed me and missed me. Like, it was basically like 45 minutes of how awesome I am, with little sprinkles of his life in there somewhere. But it was basically me.
I know you wake up and just with clips of that one.
It's like, I really need Sam here. I was like, yes, you do.
You know what? I like that one as well because I edited the trailer for that episode because I was like, I need to make sure people listen to it because my ego was in the way. I was like, I can't have just 2 plays on this. I can't just have Rosie and Sam listen to this episode. Like, I need to.
You know what?
I need to bring the people in for this episode.
Do you know what I find interesting? I don't think we made enough notes about how good the marketing was, or how well that marketing performed for that episode. Because people came through to listen to that one.
They actually did.
People came through, and like early doors, the numbers were coming through. And I realized it's because we told a story with the socials. We didn't just put like, new episode live now. Like there was a whole like, he's gonna do this on his own. Good luck. And then there was you like just being like, oh, first solo ep, all these things. Yeah. Like there was a whole theme behind it that I think people really embraced.
I took the piss out of myself.
Yeah.
Because they just saw me struggling. So they don't want to hear us be like all motivational. They want to see me struggle. So
100%.
People came to see my downfall. And that's why they listened. But it's true. No, that was actually a very heavily edited episode.
It's true, to be fair.
Because listening to one...
Did you cut a lot
out? No, I didn't cut a lot out. I cut a lot out of like the fillers, and when I was like, shit. Like,
do you feel more self-conscious because it was you? Did you feel like, was that part of you that was just like, I don't want to be the reason it's a bad pod, so I'm gonna fix this and make sure there's no issues?
I was very conscious that listening to someone on their own for 45 minutes talking to themselves is a lot, and there's natural pauses when you're having a conversation with another person. So on your own, it has to be more smooth. You see what I mean? Because naturally in conversations, like, there'll be fillers and like stutters and like whatever, and like that's actually quite good. Like a podcast shouldn't be edited too clean. Whereas if it's solo, if someone's just talking to themselves, then it just goes like the flows needs to be good.
You need to skip that. Yeah, just skip it.
Because it looks like you're just watching a crackhead, and I didn't want crackhead energy. So it's like I can't bond this. I was like, we have 10 listeners, so we need to keep every single one of them.
We have more now. We've been having good consistency. There has been an uptick. I want to say a little bit.
It kind of goes like this. Yeah. But I think the shorter ones are
better performing.
Hold on a bit, but we're not giving the in company secrets.
Yeah, you don't need the secrets.
Yeah,
just watch and learn. Watch and learn.
But yeah, man, no, I think the year's been good. What do you want for next year? Next year, obviously, you've got your new company on the horizon. You're getting married. I want you to kind of go into your relationship goals, your fitness goals, and your career goals.
I was actually going to ask you the same question. So next year, bear in mind, we actually have done an episode. I don't know which episode it is, where we've done a future us message.
We did.
And I think we need to go back and watch it on episode 52. But we need to find out what episode that was. Yeah, it's basically, we need to do like a reacts where we just watch that. And so I'm just saying that now because I realized that we're about to basically rehash that, but for an end of year review. So we're going to end up doing like 2 of those a year.
That's fun. It's fun.
It's good for you guys. Enjoy the show. Next year, I have very clear goals. Obviously, want to get married. Not even need to. I want to get married. It's how it should be. So we're getting married next year. I'm really excited. I want that to go well. I don't want any drama at the wedding. So yeah, all my boys have got to be on job.
Yeah,
Families kept at bay.
That's fair.
I'm not joking. All the Donnies that get invited to the stag do, whether you're groomsman or not, you're on job for that wedding. You're coming to the staff party for the wedding. That's what the stag do is for us, because the combination of family and antics is going to be crazy. So I just want to have a really peaceful, enjoyable wedding. No drama, no like hiccups. Ultimately, I have very clear fitness goals. I need to lose, quick maths, go. I'm 108 now. I need to get to 85 kg. Oh my God, I really am burnt out.
23.
That maths. Yeah, I would have already done it before I finished my sentence. Couldn't even.
I really hope that's right. Otherwise, I'll have done as fuck. But I think it is.
It is 23. You're right. It is. I think it's 23. Anyway, I've got to lose that much weight. 23 kilos by September. So I'm hoping that I would have done a decent chunk of that by the wedding. So obviously my 8-pack will be back. I'll be back in form. If anyone remembers me from NT Ocean Times or Tour, you know what we're about to do. You know the level of Terra Cruise magic I'm going to be unlocking next summer. No beach will be seen with me and a top on. Nowhere.
Yeah.
Tops would be optional everywhere I go with what's about to happen to my body. But yeah, that's obviously a physical goal that I'm hoping to get. Business wise with Luke, it really should have by summer next year. It should have already hit a consistent ground. The business model was designed that we essentially just look at the marketing, we look at partnerships. That's it. Everything else should realistically look after itself in that business model for as long as possible. So excited to get that up and running. But I think the biggest priority, especially after my massive rant about myself at the start of this episode, I need to get my well-being in a manageable state, my mental well-being. And I don't see next year as when I fix it. I see the year after as when I fix it. Because next year I literally don't have the capacity. I don't have enough holiday to fix what I'm about to do to myself next year. But the year after, I'm really just going to do that. I'm going to take a holiday somewhere on my own for about a week and a half and just not talk to people. That's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to plan that next year and do it properly. So I don't die. I don't want to die. I don't want to go missing in some forest somewhere and everyone just goes, oh, he's on a trip. And then 2 months later, it's just like, I think he's on a trip. And Lewis said like, Sam, I know you wanted me to ignore
Sam,
you.
I've done 5 solo episodes, please.
Sam, you're lying, but I'm just on some trek somewhere, dozing in some tribal rainforest. So I'm not going to go on a gap year, but I'm going to plan that mental break away from everything. And I think it's a bit of a mean thing to do, respectfully to Sarah, because we would have got married the year before. But I also really think I need to fix my mental health. Like I need to go on a health retreat of some sort. And just to wrap it off, how nice is it in life that I can budget for a health retreat?
Yeah, man.
How nice is that, man?
Like good problems to have.
Bro, how about you?
Where do you want the pod to be?
Good, very good question. So next year, I don't expect anything massive technology-wise in terms of the website. I think that would still be the same. The pod would be as consistent, if not more consistent on socials, because we'll be looking to optimize that a bit more in the coming weeks. So I want it to be in a position where we've doubled our monthly views, which is a lot to ask for, don't get me wrong, but that's because we've got loads of opportunities to grow that we're not taking advantage of right now. So I really want to double our monthly views next year. This time next year, we should be seeing twice as many views. We should be seeing more activity on our socials. I would love to see more people, messaging us. That isn't sponsorship opportunities that we're not interested in. That isn't people with random companies that clearly you don't. I respect the idea of someone joining us as a guest and wanting to promote their business, but have something like impactful in mind to share with us, not just, oh, I want to be on a pod. Can I be on your pod? No. Like, I have people who ask me, be like, oh, I've always wanted to be a guest on a podcast. When can I join? I'm like, you're asking it like it was agreed you're going to be here.
Yeah, that's going to be an interview process because
there's going to be a process. There's going to be a selection process for it.
Yeah,
I think there's something that we need to look at. But there's been quite a few requests already, not just from people we know, but people like companies and individuals messaging us, and it's flattering. But I think we have to consider what's the value. We waffle a lot naturally, anyway. And I don't want a third person or a fourth person joining us just to waffle. Like, it needs to be a really good session where people can learn from the people that we bring on. So that's basically it. It's not just, oh, we're mates, so I'm just going to come sit in the pod so you can get your 1 hour of podcast time. Like, no. So, like, respectfully, to all our friends who are doing well in their careers, to all the people close to us, all the people who've messaged us who are doing well in their careers, next year there's going to be a selection process for the pod because we are committed to, after 52 episodes, bringing on guests. I already have a favorite I keep asking you about, Lewis, so I think you know who it is. Your better looking brother.
Oh, yeah.
He has to be on it. Like, that's who I want.
There's a certain point which I want him to be on the pod.
Yeah. And then obviously I want Luke to be on as well at some point. But yeah, I think this will all come into fruition. We'll get a lot more communicative over socials. But anyway, wrapping it up. Back to you. What do you want to be?
So yeah, for the pod, I want it to be doing consistency, better on socials. I don't want to post just reels. I think I have this vision of what I think would be really cool to do is kind of like we reintroduce ourselves individually and like say like what we do, and like I have this vision in my head.
It has to be fun. I don't want to just do it
So I want to be doing more on social. I want my editing to be like a daily habit. I want that to be something which is bringing in regular income, and I kind of want that to be like I'm freelancing quite regularly. Because now I'll be working from home quite a lot, and I'll have office space, and like and have the mental capacity to actually attack it. So I'm really kind of want to put a plan in place to kind of sort that area out, because the main focus has been a job, and then it's been like the moving. So once I'm settled in, I want that to be like okay, this is my thing that I'm going to be obsessed about. I hope the new job is good and I'm smashing that area. And, I'm moving in with Rosie. This is the first time I'm going to live with someone. First time living with a girlfriend. So I want that to be harmonious. I expect it to be smooth, but, I'm just making sure that that's always within my goals as well. I want that to be healthy, making sure that our home life is good, and it's not just me being like living in the office, because I know that'll be super, super fucking easy for me to do. And yeah, the fitness, I've got 2 half marathons next year. Those are all the runs I'm going to be final for next year. Maybe a 10K. I know I immediately just backtracked on that. But yeah, I hope that I'm staying consistently active. This year has been the most time. This has been the most I've worked out in any year of my life. Like I exercise 4-5 times per week.
Thai boxing
on average. Yeah, that I need to find a boxing gym in where
your
we're
new
moving
area.
to. Yeah.
Oh, I hope I win. I hope I win my. I'm just gonna announce it. I don't care. You do yours, but I'm gonna announce it. No, you do yours, and then I'll do.
No. To be fair, that was the last one.
Yeah.
Boxing gym will be quite good because obviously I'm moving to a new area when I don't know that many people. So
Yeah.
I will probably find a boxing. I did actually do the research on that, so I'm hoping that I actually eat well and actually cut for once because I'm always just working out just to make space for shit food. So I actually want to see progress because the body dysmorphia is mad. So, yeah. But yeah, going into your announcement.
So I realized I said the fitness goal, but I didn't explain the fitness goal. Did I? If I did, I'm clearly still tight.
You said you want to cut to 85, but
I want to cut to 85. I'm back on the Thai boxing bag, right? There's an opportunity for me to have my first ever semi-pro or pro-am, whatever you want to call it, fight. And I've accepted it, but I need to be 85 kg for it. So I think the added thing is obviously I need to win that fight next year. Like we're not going there for half measures. I have to for all that I'm worth. I have to. I just can't. And I've said it. If I listen back to this episode after an L, it's going to be a peak. You know I'm not turning up.
I'm
gonna
after that. Sam, if you lose, I'm gonna cut in this speech after you just. It's gonna be a clip. It's gonna be a clip of you being sent to sleep, and then it'll go viral. It's for the content.
Bro, we're doing it for the content. If I got knocked out, it was purely for content. It wasn't. I didn't lose. I did it for clicks. Like
Sam, you can lose. Just don't lose badly.
Oh my god, that's what our coach says. It's like
you could lose, but
you can lose, but not badly. Like don't lose lose to a point where there's a level of doubt in it. Like if you're gonna lose, have a bit of a like. The judges were a bit like, but you can't lose so bad that even your own
you can't get a round like teep to the face and be sent to sleep.
I'm just on the floor
because I'm clipping that and that's gonna go viral everywhere. And
I will have to clip that to make fun of myself.
And then your opponent's gonna have to be a guest on the pod because he's just. I'm joking. I'll never do that to you. I
don't even know who this person is, but I just envisioned it.
Yours like
you be saying like it's fucking dickhead.
I just saw the rage on your face. I take that,
bro. I clocked it in my head. I was like, that better be a virtual episode. That better be a virtual episode.
But that
looking forward to in-person episodes.
Yes, I completely forgot. I was writing that down. Yeah. We need to do at least one.
Yeah. Can you get in your new place? Can there be a studio of some sort?
There will not be. But I think, to be fair, there's going to be like a the living room area. I think could be a good pod area. I don't have the luxury of studio space. There's not going to be because we're going one bed. We're keeping it cheap. We're living way below our means, so there's not.
Okay, I really shouldn't. I shouldn't complain. That's quite rude of me.
2026.
Yeah,
there'll be a place for that.
Okay.
If the numbers are good, I can't justify I can't justify a studio room, Sam, if we don't have studio money. Like,
what does Stormzy say?
We can't do this with 10 listeners. When we're hitting good numbers, then we can do that. But we'll do a living room. We'll do a living room setup and keep it chill.
Yeah.
Or we just hire
mortgage needs to be clear. Because we need to overtake all our peers. We need to let them know that we're doing well. But yeah, we need that, man. We need
to do an in-person one for sure. Even if we rent a space in London, I want to do that because I keep on getting Instagram ads to do that.
What, studios?
Yeah, you can hire like a podcast studio space.
This is how
it's how out of touch you are on the pod.
Instagram doesn't think I'm honest. Like even Instagram doesn't think I'm on job.
To be fair, I'm not actually mad about the idea because if you could just hire a team for the day and just drop it,
I would just do that and just be like, yeah, which one of you wants to do socials? Which one of you wants to post?
Yeah, honestly, I'm
literally we could do that. We would just have a day of
and we can just
all the content,
4 episodes in that day.
Yeah, and then that's it. And there we go. Because I'm going to be in London more regularly for my job anyway.
Yeah, we'll find a way to do that.
Right, I'm in London next week. I've just realised, not for work, but for some Christmas comedy show thing. Yeah, I'm gonna cancel that. I think.
No, man, I'm looking forward. I think this has been good. I've never looked forward to a year more. I'm very much looking forward to next year because I feel like it's time for me to actually
Mm.
you know, spread my wings and get out this barrel of shit that has been this year. You've been a big part of my growth this year, Sam. So thank you. Andy, your flowers.
Mine as well. You've been a big part of things.
So yeah, dude, no, it's been good. Obviously, this is pod's first year. So yeah, man, I think wrap it up there. Thank you guys for listening this year.
Merry Christmas.
Have a good Christmas. Have a good New Year. Stay safe out there. Stay safe in your streets because it's cuffing season and Christmas time's the worst. So you know, avoid the ho hos.
We're getting people are getting cold in the winter. Some people be needing cuddling.
Facts.
And they don't care about taking someone else's blanket.
Not at all, man.
They will take what they need for comfort and warmth.
And
all right.
Yeah, leave your Christmas party early. That's all I'm saying.
Early. Oh my God, yes.
Because HR and HR, and it's Christmas time.
You need to treat every Christmas party like a Diddy party.
Facts.
When it goes to 11, you're gone.
Facts.
You don't need to be there. You've already met everyone that is going to be there.
True.
It's time to go now. You can hear about all the drama the next day.
Exactly.
You need to live it.
Yeah, that tea's
just get out of it.
That tea's different. All right. Well, on that note, guys.
Exactly.
See you guys in 2025.
Thank you for 2024, guys. Love you. Bye.
Cheers, guys. Bye.